Hey guys, I am creating this little tutorial for you for Unit 1, Lesson 4 in math. It can also be used for Unit 1, Lesson 2 in math. Basically, what we're trying to do here is find the input-output machine or function and then use that to create an expression. We always have to follow the same rules. Like I said in class, this works 9 out of 10 times. There's always some that don't follow the rules. In this case, this is one that does follow the rule. So what we're going to do first is we are going to find the input pattern and then the output pattern. We always have to start with this input pattern and the output pattern. This helps us determine the operation and number that is going to help us find the machine. So if you look at 1 to 2, 2 to 3, it goes up by 1 each time. And on this side, it's 7 to 12, 12 to 17, 17 to 22. It's going up by 5 each time. The other thing we need to look at is if it's getting bigger or smaller. In this case, moving from input to output, the number is getting bigger. So the operations that will help us get numbers to get bigger is a plus or a multiply. Once we know that it's getting bigger, we have to look at the pattern itself. We have a 1, we have a 5. These patterns are different. Different patterns tell us it's multiplication. If it was the same pattern, then it would be a plus. So if this was a 5 and a 5, then we'd use the plus sign. But because they're different, we're going to do multiply. So I'm just writing multiply up at the top. To get the number that goes with the operation, we're just going to use our pattern numbers in the side here that are red. So we can do it two different ways. We can do 5 divided by 1, so big number divided by little number. 5 divided by 1 is 5, or we can know that 5 plus 5 plus 5 is like repeated addition, which is times 5. So I'm just going to put the 5 up here. Now, the next thing we need to do is we need to check. So I don't like to go with the first one. I'm going to go down here to 3. So 3 times 5. Well, 3 times 5 is 15. The problem is I need to be at 17. So I didn't make a mistake. It just means it has one more step. So I need to figure out what do I have to do to 15 to get to 17? Well, it's getting bigger. So I'm going to add, and it's getting bigger by 2. So I'm going to add 2. If I try this in any other spot, if it works, it means I did it right. So I'm going to try times 5 plus 2 and 1 times 5 plus 2 does equal 7. So that means this is correct. Now, in order to make this an expression, I have to use my machine to say the rule of what's happening to go from input, what's going in, to figure out what's coming out. Well, input can be represented by the letter N. This is a variable. This can be any number. We don't know what number it is. It could be a 5, it could be a 10, it could be a 20. So I'm going to say my input is N, and then I'm just going to take my machine, N times 5 plus 2. And this is the expression that will help me get anything I put in input to know what to put to output. I did tell the class another way of showing multiplication and only multiplication, no other things, is you can put the number and the letter side by side. That also indicates 5 times n or n times 5, and then plus 2. This only works for multiplication, nothing else. So I hope this helps you for lesson 4 or lesson 2. Basically, if a pattern is going to follow the rules, these are the rules that we're going to use. Please give this a try on page 22, question 2, or you can do some questions from lesson 4. They do the same processes. Good luck, everyone.